Thank you for joining us for part 6 of FROSTICA by Eric B., author of the Night Crusader series. Once lunch break ended, Night Crusader Layla put her wig back on and went back to being Janice Gailey. For the remainder of the day, Lucas was barely able to concentrate on work, not only because he had just found out that his supervisor was the mask of an actual Night Crusader, but also because he was excited about finally being able to see the North Pole and Santa Claus with his own eyes, and thus rub this fact into the faces of those who spent years telling him he was crazy and or he needed to grow up. Lucas finished his work early, by 4:46 p.m., and waited anxiously at his desk. At 5:10 p.m., he could not wait any longer and headed to Janice's office. When he did, he saw Brenda Rockwell concluding her meeting with Janice. Apparently, she was checking on Lucas's progress and was pleased with what Janice reported to her. Once Brenda left the office, Janice told Lucas to come in and close the door. She had Arctic wear ready and waiting for Lucas in her office that was technologically advanced for the time, that one could adjust the temperature within. Thermal gloves, face covering hat, goggles, thick pants, furry boots, long sleeve polo shirt. She even provided him underwear and a t-shirt and thermal socks. She showed him how the temperature adjustments work with the remote provided. Lucas expressed how this was the first time in his life he had ever worn clothing that came with a remote control. Once Lucas was fully dressed, Janice led him out of the office and walked him toward the elevator that would take them to the rooftop of Aronson Towers. Not many people were still in the office at this time, but the few that were curious why Lucas was dressed in such heavy clothing, but no one spoke up about this curiosity. Once the two of them were on the rooftop, Janice super sped out of her business clothing and into her Night Crusader outfit. Lucas was astounded seeing her move so fast. Layla and Lucas walked casually toward the edge, not far from where Lucas had fallen off the roof earlier this week. The two of them looked at one another and smiled. Then Layla wrapped her left arm around Lucas's torso and levitated them both into the air high above the city. Layla increased her flying speed, moving further north via the dark skies of this late autumn evening. Lucas was exhilarated and felt free as a bird. Layla continued them north through Canada. Lucas started to feel the below-zero temperature seeping through his thick clothing, so Layla told him to use the remote to increase the temperature of his clothing. As soon as he did, he felt much warmer. Layla began lowering herself down as they were now over an isolated island north of Canada. The snow-capped trees held an awe of majesty in the eyes of Lucas. "I've never seen so much snow in my life," he said. "I'll bet you haven't," she said. "How come you're not cold?" he could not resist asking. "Us superheroes don't freeze as easily as normal people," she responded. Once the two of them landed, Layla stayed quiet and let Lucas have his jaw-dropped gander around the area. He observed that the trees, grass, fallen leaves, dirt, and even rocks were covered with snow. He further noticed the river flowing with wondrously clear blue water. Just then, he turned to Layla, who pointed at a tree. As he turned his head toward this particular tree, he saw a sign that read, "Welcome to FROSTICA." Please like and subscribe, and thank you for joining us in episode 6 of FROSTICA by Eric B., author of the Night Crusader series.